Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining us on the news in Africa and the world. Togolese justice has issued an international arrest warrant against the opponent Agbeyome Kojo, who came second in the February presidential election won by the outgoing head of state for Nasigbe, adding that he had gone into hiding in the poor West African nation, fearing for his life. The state prosecutor confirmed that Kojo's failure to comply with a judicial summon last Friday had triggered the arrest warrant. The opponent has been under judicial control since April 24 after spending 4 days at the National Gendarmerie, and the dean of the examining magistrate had forbidden him to leave Togo without authorization. For the first time in Gabon's history, a woman is leading as head of government. Rose Christiane Asuka Raponda has been appointed by President Ali Bongo as the country's first woman prime minister. The former defense minister replaces Julien Koge Bekale, who held the post of prime minister for 18 months. In a statement, the president's office said her mission would include ensuring Gabon's economic relaunch and necessary social support in the light of the world crisis linked to COVID-19. She will also have to navigate a delicate political scene that was shaken up when Ali Bongo, 61, had a stroke in 2018, followed by a long medical leave abroad, during which there was a brief coup attempt. Asuka Raponda, 56, is the 5th premier to serve under Ali Bongo presidency. In the Republic of Congo, a peaceful march planned for Thursday in Brazzaville is support of General Mokoko to demand his medical evacuation to not take place. Authorities in the capital prohibited a peaceful march organized by civil society activists, citing the risk of COVID-19 spread is high. Critics have considered the reason to be unfounded, as they say markets in the town are overcrowded and public transport do not respect barrier measures. Activists insist it is a humanitarian and social right, the right to live, of General Mokoko, who today is dying simply because they consider he is not receiving the medical care he needs. According to his entourage, General Jean-Marie Michel Mokoko, a former presidential candidate sentenced to 20 years in prison in 2018, is still in the military hospital and his state of health continues to deteriorate. Political tensions in Mali. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has redoubled their efforts to find a way out of the country crisis. The group, highly led by Nigerian former President Goodluck Jonathan and the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, including the President of the ECOWAS Commission, Jean-Claude Cassi, and other African dignitaries, testified to the will of the sub-regional organization to preserve the stability of Mali. They have resorted to see into how the 30 MP seats rejected by the Constitutional Court can be restored. The delegation also discussed other issues, including governance, the resignation of President Ibeka as protesters demand, and security concerns. Out of Africa, leaders of the European Union are holding their first face-to-face summit in 5 months this Friday. The good news is the leaders agree on a common response is needed. The bad news is that they disagree on how the money should be handed out. A determined band of northern capitals, led by Prime Minister Mark Rutte's Netherlands, are holding out against doling out cash to their southern neighbors without strict conditions attached. Their strong position comes from a domestic point of view. The Dutch does not want to be seen paying the mortgage of Europe. Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel on this day turns 66, the day that she and her 26 colleagues returned to Brussels not to celebrate but to test whether in person negotiations can answer a 750 billion euro question. Friday's talk are expected to run into Saturday and perhaps even Sunday, but few are confident of a breakthrough despite the tight timetable, so another summit may well follow later this month. British intelligence officials have warned hackers backed by the Russian state are targeting pharmaceutical companies and academic institutions in the UK, US and Canada that are conducting COVID-19 vaccine research. It did not specify which organizations had been targeted or whether any information had been stolen. The findings have been endorsed by International Group of Security Services, the UK's NCSC, the Canadian Communication Security Establishment, the SCE, the United States Department for Homeland Security, DHS, Cyber Security Infrastructure Security Agency, the CISA, and the U.S. National Security Agency, the NSA. These agencies blame the attacks on the cyber espionage group, the APT-29, which is alleged was almost certainly working for the Kremlin's intelligence services. Intelligence officials said the group had used a form of malware known as Wellmez and Wellmail to steal information on vaccine research and development, and warned that the attacks were likely to continue. And Russia has been accused again by the UK of interfering in 2019 general elections after British intelligence has been investigating for several months how a massive amount of official emails ended up in the hands of former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn during the campaign. UK's Foreign Secretary Dominic Harrop said UK's government investigation found that when these documents gained little traction, further attempts were made to promote illicitly obtained material online ahead of the election. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson won a landslide victory in the December 2019 election, beating Labour's Jeremy Corbyn, with the Conservative Party winning the biggest majority of seats since 1987. Russia's foreign ministry responded by mocking Britain's allegations of Russian election interference and described them as contradictory and unclear. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to DBS Television.